Aloha and welcome to Hope for Hawaii, a heartfelt podcast series. Created by Sarah, a stress expert with roots in Hawaii and residing on the ninth island of Las Vegas. Her deep connection to both places has woven a unique tapestry of inspiration, love, and support for our Hawaiian community.
Welcome to Hope for Hawaii. I'm your host and stress expert, Sarah. We are here to offer a guiding light through this dark time. Our podcast, Hope for Hawaii, is a heartfelt endeavor, born to inspire those affected by the Maui fires and anyone else navigating adversity. Through heartwarming stories, our storytellers will give practical tools, help nurture you, and help you create resilience and foster a strong sense of community. And for those who share the spirit of aloha. Enjoy Hope for Hawaii. Hello and welcome to Hope for Hawaii. Oh, I'm just going to take a breath with my friend here that has taught so many amazing things about breath work. And this is such a special episode because this is the third part of this mini series. And here's the thing, the whole Hope for Hawaii is a limited series. As you can see behind us, it's the stories of hope and resilience. And if you don't know me, I'm Sarah, and I am the host of this podcast. And I am joined by a very, very special friend here who, again, this is our third installment and segment of our experiences together. This is Jackie Trawler. She is the founder and owner of Ocean Trawler. She, if you haven't already experienced her, she has worked with pro athletes, amateur athletes, Olympians. She's worked on movie sets. She's been on the Avatar set and so many other things. And those are just some of the accolades. But why it's really special today to have Jackie with us is because she has such an amazing heart, and she has been living here on Oahu. We're on Oahu right now together. We've been doing the first two segments in separate cities and separate states across the ocean together. I live in Vegas. Jackie lives here in Oahu, and I'm just so thrilled to have you. Welcome, Jackie. Just welcome.
Welcome to you too. So glad to have you out here. A little different than Vegas.
It is. And just being here and experiencing, my hometown and where I was born and where I grew up, and it's just been an amazing experience.
What school did you go to in high school?
Oh gosh, I did go to Vegas. I moved to.
Okay.
I was in Vegas by the time I went to high school, so it was just one of those things where, your home is where you were.
Man, you spent your most beautiful childhood moments here.
Yeah,
growing up. That's amazing.
Exactly, and I have so much family here, and on so many of the islands. And, I've got my Hope for Maui shirt on today because that's the forefront of, why we're here is the hope and resilience for the island of Maui, the folks of Maui, everyone that's affected by these fires, as well as, so many other tragic things that have gone on in the world. I'm going to drill down to, you don't have to have experienced the fires directly to be affected. I know so many people that I speak to just here on Oahu that have family, who have friends, but also people that don't directly know folks over there on Maui. And it still is heart-wrenching, and it still affects so many people, because when tragedy strikes, and you're not prepared, how can you be prepared actually when you don't know what's going to happen and you don't know what to do? So that's why we have these stories. And I want to jump right into this third segment of, doing this with Jackie. So I know in the second segment you shared your experiences of the island. And so the third part here is the future. So where do we go from here? So share your thoughts on that.
It's interesting because there's various stages that people are in, different stages. Some lost everything and are still grieving. Some lost everything and essentially I was chatting with them and they were like, but what am I going to do? And so you see these various stages. Some people are just going back to school for the first time and seeing their coworkers, and they're relocated into churches, and basically schools are having to become mobile essentially, and just trying to reformat a routine is what I sensed, especially for those returning to school, is how do we even outline this routine? How do we get back into some sort of structure? And then there's people who've had to move off island. So I just really want to empower everyone that wherever they are in their stage, like, you are exactly where you need to be. And if there's lingering feelings or emotions, that let them out. You are allowed to feel angry. You're allowed to feel sad. You're allowed to let it out. So just allowing people to be where they're at will make space for people to step into the new space that they're meant to be. And if you can't, no worries based on where you're at. But if you can, just for the people of Lahaina, start thinking about what you would want for the future of Lahaina, because your thoughts will plant seeds. So plant those seeds for that beautiful future that you want Lahaina to be, with the right people, with the right energy.
Yeah, that's so beautifully said and spoken, because I think so much of it, with so many things that happen in life, when you give yourself that permission, then you're able to let yourself off the hook for either that guilt or angriness or sadness or whatever that emotion is. And if you're not able to do that yourself, take it from us. Allow yourself. We give you that permission. Sometimes we need permission from somebody else that we don't know, or someone that we care about, to just give you that permission to let that go. We just did a workshop together, and that was one of the things you talked about, was letting go. Mm-hmm. And when we're able to do that, it's not about forgetting. It's not about, giving up any of the things that have happened, but what it is about letting go of that negative thought, the negative feeling, the negative action, the negative, feeling that you have in that moment, because it's fleeting, right? Because we're going to go up and down. We're going to have happy moments, sad moments, angry moments. It's that grieving process that Jackie just talked about. And we're going to go through all of those stages. And it's not linear. We don't go A, B, C, D. That's what we talked about in the first segment. But what happens is, wherever you are, it's okay. And have that outlet, have that support, create that circle, whether that be, friends, folks, family on the mainland, or not, somebody that's right next to you. There's so many families out there that I want to give so much respect for, that have taken in so many other folks. Rachel and I were just at another location, and we talked to a vendor, and he had some things for sale, and he said 100% of my sales for such and such different products go directly to this family. And then he had paper angels that went to another family because they made them. So this necklace that I have on, that you can see the shells here, this is from another episode, but to give you just a brief description of what happened is, this gentleman's nephew got these seashells and gave it to him a week before the fires. And in the fires, his nephew lost his home. And now these seashells are being sold to folks to actually help him to pay for his next step, whether it be safety, whether it be for his home, whether it be for food, because we have to go back to the basics, right? So the future that we can hold space for, and what Jackie was talking about, holding space, and you can do this if you are in a good space yourself, is just be there for somebody else. Open hands, open heart. And so much of it is, we want to help other people, but they may not be in that space to be helped the way you want to help them. So if someone wants a hug them. But if you want to hug them, it may not be good for them at the time. So respect that space. if they want to vent, if they want to just speak or just be in silence. We're so emotional about so many of these things. I can feel it from you, friend. And I'm so happy to be in the same room with you. But we're all grieving in a different way. And if you are in a good space to help somebody else and you are able to and want to, please do. But if you need to protect your own energy, if you need to take it inward, it's okay too. So wherever you are, if you're in Lahaina, if you're in another place of Maui, if you're on the islands, or if you're on the mainland, just know that you can still help. You can help take that next step for the future, because there's a lot of rebuilding. And like Jackie was talking about, whether it be creating a routine, whether it be getting into schools. And please, if you're able to donate financially, please do, but also share your stories, share your hope, share your kindness to others. I feel so much kindness and so much support on the island when I'm here. And that's what happens, is that I know so many people are restructuring and they have each other. I've seen so many stories of people jumping in where there's gaps. There's gaps in this structure. And it's not faulting the government, not faulting folks, not faulting anyone. There's just going to be gaps like anything in it, anywhere. So if you can help fill that gap, whether it be a letter or write into the show, come onto the show, share your story of hope, even if it has nothing to do with, directly with the fires, please come and help. Jackie just went over there. If you want to see episode number 2, she shared the stories. And, just to wrap this up, what's one thing that you can share with folks for the future of Lahaina, for Maui, for the islands, for the Hawaiian people, for people in general?
That it's light and bright.
Nice.
And if we stand in that, it will be true.
Very nice. That's a wonderful way to end this, and a wonderful sentiment. And, when you're feeling a little bit down, take that into consideration. Take that into your heart. Take that as hope for yourself and giving to others. So this is our 3rd installment of my time with Jackie, and I'm so thrilled. So thank you, friend, for doing this.
Thank
and
you for having me.
Yeah, and so many people that you're supporting through this. Continue the Hope for Hawaii, everyone. Wanted to take a second to congratulate you for taking the time for yourself, to filling up your soul, your heart with hope, joy, and resilience during this tough time. This has been Hope for Hawaii. Help support our mission to help those that need a little bit of hope and resilience right now in their lives. So like, share, and comment on what has resonated with you and what do you want to see next. If you have a story yourself that you want to share with the world, please go to hope4hawaii.com and share your story. Maybe we'll have you on the podcast next.